Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week of I Was Their American Dream. This week we are reading chapter 4. Let's get into it. In my high school, the class president was Korean and the prom queen Filipino. At a school as diverse as Cerritos High, the most important question you could ask was, "What are you?" Verinda was Indian American, Trisha, Taiwanese American, Yelda, Iranian American, Kyle, Japanese American, Henna, Pakistani American, Danielle, Filipino German American, Michael, Egyptian American, Eric, Mexican American, John, Korean American, Albert, Taiwanese American, Emil, Pakistani American, Raida, Palestinian American. Later, I'd come to learn the flaws of this question. But that's another chapter, yo! In the meantime, it was one of the quickest ways to understand each other's cultures. What are you? I'm Pakistani and Muslim. Pakistan? From which part? Gnarly. Muslim and South Asian. You must be Pakistani. No, I'm Indian. Oh. My dad's from Tanzania. Isn't it against your dad's religion to marry someone like your mom? Muslim men can marry non-Muslim women. But isn't Palestine not its own rightful country? I know, right? Wow, are you white? No, I'm Armenian. OMG, I'm half Filipino too. When people asked me this question, I found it hard to answer. What are you? Well, I'm Egyptian Filipino. I grew up with my Filipino family here in Cerritos. I eat rice every day, and I went to Catholic school, but my dad is a Muslim and lives in Egypt. I spend my summers with him. I can understand Tagalog and Arabic. Asayik? Kamusta ka? So I guess both? Well, I kind of feel more Filipino because that's who I spent more time with. That's cool, I guess. I'm just regular old Filipino. So asayik and kamusta ka mean how are you in Arabic and Tagalog. Huh? Very heavily influenced by TV, movies, and pop culture. MTV's TRL, Total Request Live. Hanging out here at the CD store and here at Borders Bookstore for hours. The Simpsons, the WB TV channel, which had TV shows like Buffy, Dawson, and all the friends on the WB. Burned CD mixes, so you could create CDs using your computer that had different kinds of songs that you liked. I was especially into the show Felicity. I wanted what she had. A circle of smart gal pals who were into songwriting, getting good grades, and witchcraft. Don't touch my box. A love triangle between guys like Ben and Noel. Let's be serious, Ben. We all know I'm the cuter one. Sophistication in the form of anthropology sweaters and Dean and DeLuca coffee. What I really wanted, though, was to meet real life white people, and Cerritos had hardly any. In freshman year, I had a mega crush on a boy named George, or Jorge. He wasn't white, but he was close enough. He was Mexican, Portuguese, American. He had fair skin. He had 8-inch frosted tips. He had a skater punk look. He loved the Germs. I guess that's a music group. I wanted so bad for him to like me back. But of course, he paid no attention to me. Being one of the whitest boys in school, he really had his pick of the litter. So he could pick any girl he wanted. I had no freaking clue where my obsession came from. I just knew as a 16-year-old that white was better than whatever the hell I was. They're real Americans. They do normal stuff like eat sandwiches for lunch. They're on TV and in the movies. They're cute. We've established this. So, we're talking about why white people are so cool, according to high school Malaka. Howdy, y'all. I have a lot of confidence. They have perfect American accents. Clothes and makeup just look better on them. They don't smell like fried fish and fried garlic in the morning. They're richer than everyone else. They get to have cool jobs like magazine editors. They have clean, perfect, huge houses. Okay, if I'm being honest, maybe I did have some theories as to why I thought that way. Maybe it was because at the time I wanted white boys to like me. Okay, they get it. Everyone in my town was brown, and I couldn't help but feel that being white made you extra special. Two, please. People said I liked white people stuff like the band Weezer, this guy Kurt Baumgart, Daria the cartoon, Jonathan Franzen, and Donnie Darko. All different characters based off of white people. The media, everybody's white. I was taught from an early age that everything white people did was better. I saw a white woman wear this at the airport, so I bought one. Such fine taste. How do I look? Ma, you look like $1,000,000. Dang, it was probably a combo of all these things. By the end of sophomore year, I had heard it enough to know it about myself. What is it? You got something to say? You're whitewashed. At our school, the term whitewashed had a very specific meaning. It meant you were trying to act white as a way to be cool. So I like white stuff. So what? It means you're a big, fat poser. In 2002, being called a poser was even worse than being called whitewashed. It meant you were a fake, a phony. Ugh. If I didn't have that trig quiz, then I would totally skip school tomorrow. I wasn't trying to be white. I mean, just look at me. Whitewashed and poser were just a few of the labels I learned at Cerritos High. There was also banana, Asian on the outside, white on the inside. Egg, white on the outside, Asian on the inside. AZN, it's the cool word for Asian, very popular in screen names or usernames. Flip, a cool word for Filipino. Hapa, Hawaiian word to describe mixed race kids. Fob, fresh off the boat, or fobby, fresh off the boaty, basically immigrant parents. Hey, I'm not Fobby, that's your Tito Maro. Greenhorn, what Portuguese people call fobs. And ese, a term borrowed from Mexican slang, roughly meaning homie in Spanish. Am I an egg? The lingo didn't really give me a sense of belonging. If I had to make up a term for myself, it would be zatar covered onigiri. Not bad. Rosewater flavored mochi. Falafel surprise. Inside there's a little chunk of spam. Fun fact, I spent a lot of time writing about this stuff, plus boys, grades, and friend drama in my precious journal. Read some excerpts in the DIY mini zine on the next page. There are excerpts from her journal from that time in her life. And we can see a picture of her there. And there are also instructions on how to make a mini zine, so a mini magazine. I'm not going to read through this, but you're welcome to do so and try it out. Even amongst minorities, I was a minority. Everyone in high school hung out with people based on clubs, sports, ethnicity. Who'd be my friend? So let's start over here and talk about the different groups. You have the Pakistani jocks and the Indian jocks, and then there are football players and cheerleaders. So those are all people associated with sports. And then you have the Korean girls from the US and the Korean girls from Korea. And then you have popular Korean kids over here and Korean kids who are in student government. There are Filipino athletes, Filipino dancers, and there's Malaka in the middle of everybody. Also, you have the Portuguese mafia. So, kind of a group of Portuguese kids who are a little aggressive, maybe. There are anime kids, kids who like anime, and the Mexican punks over here. There are Model UN kids, Model United Nations, so they're into politics. And then Taiwanese Magic, the Gathering kids. Not sure what that means, but they're over here by the chemistry lab. So this is the social map of Cerritos High. Sometimes I wondered if I looked a little more Filipino, would it have been easier to hang out with the Filipinos? If they knew I was Filipino, maybe they'd ask me to join their group. When my sister, Minmin, who is full Filipino, came to Cerritos 6 years later, her social life was sorted, as in sorted out or decided. Hey, do you want to hang out with us? Sure. She ate lunch with all the Filipino hip hop kids, joined the Filipino club, and dated Filipino guys. In contrast, I was ethnically ambiguous and whitewashed to boot. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Ah, damn, it's too real. So I hung out with anyone who would have me. Pass. Nope. No. Nah. Next. Hi. A motley crew of punk kids, the group, as we called ourselves, came from all different backgrounds, but we had lots in common. Stuff we loved. We played music. We made fun of posers. Have you heard of the band Muskrat Lemon Juice? Yeah, duh. You're a loser. I just made that band up. We all loved punk, as in punk music. We wore pins and patches. We dabbled in graffiti, so kind of artistic writing, and we skateboarded. In the end, I got the label I'd been searching for, most unique. It gave me so much validation at school. I always felt like an outsider, a misfit, a weirdo. But maybe that was totally okay. Maybe that's what made me cool. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed chapter 4. I will see you next week for chapter 5. Bye.